first comedian tonight. We flew him all the way. You don't understand what it took to get him here. We had to buy his plane ticket, but we flew him in here anyway. He came from South Hall. He's the RA. Okay, it's expensive flight, but you know, flying first class. He's a business major in hopes of one day being the president of the Arnold Palmer Company, so he can drink all the Arnold Palmers he wants. Give it up for Grant Yoder.
Is that good? Yeah. Is this the chorale auditions? Thought this was the chorale auditions. Embarrassing. JK, I do have jokes. Okay. So I'm Grant, if you don't know me. I've been RA in the freshman hall for 2 years now. I have to say the best thing about being a freshman RA is getting to partake in freshman mating season every single year. Yeah, I'm not much of a player anymore, I'm just kind of a referee. Just kind of observe the mating season, make sure they're following the rules. Yeah. One thing I've noticed about freshman guys is they're really obsessed with two things: girls and Axe body spray. Which I encourage because, as I've learned, nothing gets you more girls than wearing a lot of Axe body spray. Yeah, so when a guy comes to me early in the mating season, he's like, "Grant, please help me get a girlfriend. How do I get girls, man?" I'm like, "Okay, sit down. Take this bottle of Axe, spray it all over. Now go outside, play some worship songs on an acoustic guitar by a tree. You'll be in a committed relationship before morning is nigh." Every time, it works. It is kind of weird for me though when guys come to me looking for relationship advice because I haven't really been in a committed relationship since high school. So I just kind of tell them my story, tell them some things I've learned, so how I've grown through that. Like this time in high school, I was dating this cheerleader, this animal rights activist, and this really smart girl all at the same time. And they found out about it. So they got together with this other girl I was dating, and they sabotaged my birthday party. Oh wait, no, this is from John Tucker Must Die. I'm sorry. I get my life confused with movies a lot. Now what really happened was, it was my sophomore year of high school. I met this girl at a New Year's Eve party. And as I got to know Gabriella better, she convinced me to join the school musical. Wait, no, that's high school musical, sorry. No, it was, true story is, I knew this girl for a really long time. We had always been great friends. Always going to the same school. Hogwarts, and we eventually got married, and Harry Potter was our best man, so yeah. So, spring break was 2 weeks ago. It's pretty great. I think spring break's fun if you go somewhere warm, but if you just stay home in Indiana, it's kind of lame. I just stayed home in Indiana this year. And whenever I stay home for spring break, I always start out with these grand plans for how I'm going to spend my time. Like this year, I was like, okay, this year, I'm going to read every day. I'm going to work out every morning, going to help out around the house. Might even write a short story or two. Then the first day of break came and I was like, let's just watch TV. Ooh, Duck Dynasty's on. Nice. Then the second day of break I was like, okay, gotta get down to business. Duck Dynasty Marathon? What? Oh, okay. Then the third day of break I was so lost. I was like, what day is it? It feels like Thursday or Sunday. I don't know. It's hard to be productive over break. So the other day, this guy said, "Sup," to me. You've heard this word, sup? Short for what's up. It's probably the laziest word we've come up with as an American people. It makes conversation too easy. Like, it's the only question that can be answered with the same exact question. Hey, sup? Sup. That's it. That's the whole conversation. You can't do that with any other question. Hey, how's your dog doing? How's your dog doing? Later. It just doesn't work. So I've been hearing a lot about these love languages lately. You might have heard of the love languages if you've spent any time around any girl on campus ever. Pretty popular with the ladies. The idea is that there are 5 ways people give and receive love. There's words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time, I don't know, physical touch, something else. That's a good start. I think there should be 8 love languages. High fives, bro hugs with a double pat, fist bumps. Why didn't those make the list, you know? I feel pretty loved after a good fist bump. Thanks, bro. Thanks. Didn't know I was getting so loved today. That's good. So yeah. I will obsession. Hashtag languages. Hashtag Twitter. If you don't know what Twitter is, it's this great site where you can go to make tweets, send tweets to all your followers. Yeah, Twitter's pretty great because, let's face it, everyone wants to know what I'm doing 24/7 anyway, and now I can tell them through Twitter. Even if it's like 3 a.m., I'm laying in bed taking a selfie. Who doesn't want to know that? You're welcome, world. Twitter. So yeah, when Twitter first came out, I was pretty upset because they stole my idea. Like in high school, I had my own social networking site. It's basically the same thing. Instead of Twitter, it was called The Crow, just a different bird name. I don't know why it didn't get as popular as Twitter. They told me it's because it's easier to send a tweet than a caw! I don't know, just, that's what they told me. It's weird to send a caw. Yeah, Twitter. I'm glad you guys laughed at that because I tried it out earlier at some strangers and they did not react at all. I guess I should have been telling jokes in the Williams Prayer Chapel, but they didn't need to boo me as I left. It seemed a little harsh. They pray harder. So this year I had a pretty big birthday, big 2-1. I don't usually like birthdays because no matter how much fun I have, no matter what I do, there's always that one guy that's like, that's all you did on your birthday? What? So even if I'm like, yeah, this year I went a trip to the Rockies, I wrestled a mountain lion, and then I went hang gliding over the Grand Canyon. What do you think about that? He'd still be like, what, no cake? Who doesn't have cake on their birthday? Yeah, I don't really like birthdays for that. So yeah, but this year I did get an iPhone for my birthday. Big iPhone guy. So yeah, I joined the iPhone club. I was resistant for a while, but I eventually got one, now I'm really liking it. I did love my old flip phone, don't get me wrong. Got me from point A to point B. As long as point A is embarrassment, point B was bad reception. So yeah, I joined the iPhone club. Now I'm one of those people that can text, make calls, check Facebook, and be extremely stuck up all at the same time. I joined another elite group of people recently. I'm now a vegetarian. Yeah, hold your applause. We're vegetarians, we're pretty cool. But yeah, vegetarianism. For a while there, I was like this really pretentious vegetarian that was like, hey, you know what's in that ground beef, don't you? Pink slime and sin. People didn't appreciate that. They also didn't appreciate it when I told them how my dietary habits were currently affecting my bowel movements. That's another thing, especially during a job interview. It's rough. It's an inappropriate time. Yeah, but when I first became a vegetarian, I was really excited. I was so excited, I decided I should make myself something to kind of symbolize me joining the vegetarian club. So I made myself this, called my V-card. I would show my V-card to waitresses and be like, just letting you know my special dietary needs. They did not understand the V-card. They were confused as to the meaning of the V-card. So when I first became vegetarian, people were like, Grant, how could you do this? How could you give up bacon? It's like the king of meat. It's like, okay, it's not actually that hard to give up bacon, guys. It's not that bad. I miss other meats. Spam, bologna, cut up hot dogs, canned tuna, whatever they serve in Baldwin, quality meats like that. That's what I miss. No, but do you know my favorite food in Baldwin? Has to be the pictures on the wall. Have you seen these? It's a bunch of pictures of delicious foods that they never make. I don't get it. Like I walk up to the salad bar, there's this picture of these vibrant red, orange, and yellow vegetables. Then I go to the salad bar and it's like light green, brown. What is brown doing in a salad? Then there's the fruit, which is interesting. Pretty sure the fruit's not allowed to ripen in Baldwin. School policy, I think. Yeah. By the way, has anyone tried any Baldwin pears? Because I've touched every single one of them. Seriously. Trying to find a ripe one, I'm like, no. No. Huh? No. Just have an apple. Fruit's a struggle. Fruit's a struggle. That's why I like to get the pasta saute. Seems to be the only safe thing. I like to pick out my pasta, pick out my sauce. But there's one sauce that always grosses me out. It's like clam sauce. Have you seen this? Who likes clam sauce? Who was the guy that invented clam sauce? Was he like, hey, I got an idea. You know how everyone loves clams? No one loves clams. Okay, let's make a sauce out of clams. It'll be like liquid clams. Everyone will love it. No, they won't. So yeah, we give Baldwin a hard time, but they do have some delicious food when you compare them to Mario's. Mario's, like, seriously Mario's? Like, I try to be a pretty healthy person normally, but I can't pretend to be healthy when I'm standing in Mario's line at like 11:30 p.m. Even Fat Meal is closed. Fat Meal is closed. What does that make Mario's? It's like obese meal? Morbidly obese meal? No. Anyway, Mario's. It's a struggle. So I have a pretty embarrassing past. I want to share a part of it with you today. I used to listen to Taylor Swift music. Yeah. And it's just part of my past. It's part of who I am. I had to grow through it. But since coming to college, I've kind of backed off on the T-Swift. It just doesn't seem like the it thing to do here. It's more of a hipster crowd, hipster music. But occasionally someone will catch me singing a Taylor Swift song. And they'll be like, Grant, dude, what are you singing? What is coming out of your mouth? I'm like, nothing. Mumford & Sons. The Cave. It's empty in the valley. Yep, nothing else, just see ya. That's my hipster avoidance tactic. But as hard as Taylor Swift is here, it was even harder to listen to her in high school, because not a lot of high school guys listen to T-Swift. I found that out the hard way when I went to one of her concerts. It was just me and a bunch of middle school girls. Pretty hard to not seem like a creeper in that scenario. Especially when I was singing, "You belong with me, forever and always." Yeah, T-Swift. I wanted to end tonight with a joke about DC, but they told me it was too hokey. Can't use it. Way too hokey. That's all I got, folks. Thank you.